Who is this mystery fighter, young fighter, at 16 years old, signing a contract with Danny Swift Garcia with Swift Promotions? We're gonna get to where he's from, how many amateur fights he has, how many Emmys championships he's got, and we're gonna take a look at the video of his very first pro fight. And listen, I'm sort of impressed. I'm not gonna lie. Now, it's his first pro fight, but you gotta take into consideration that he's 16 years old, right? So I don't know. We're gonna take a look at it. We're gonna take a look at it together, and then let me know in the comments whether you think that this kid, has the goods or not. This is his first pro fight. He's currently 3-0. His name is David King Garcia. At first, I thought that he was related to Danny Garcia, obviously. Garcia, Swift Promotions. He's promoting him, right? He signed him. I'm like, oh, it must be like a nephew or something or whatever. I don't know what his life is like. So that's what I thought. But he's from Albuquerque, New Mexico. No, actually, I'm sorry. He's from Phoenix, Arizona, I think. Yeah, Arizona. I don't know why I said Albuquerque, New Mexico. But anyway, I believe they're Mexican, or at least partly in part or in whole. I don't know. But they don't sound Puerto Rican or Dominican or Venezuelan. But then again, I don't know, because if you're born and raised in one area and you catch their accent, sometimes your face kind of morphs into the way they speak. So it's kind of hard to tell, where they're from. But anyhow, let's take a look at this kid here, his first fight. Now, this guy, he fought a grown-ass man. Now, yes, he's like 6-28. Has 6 wins, 28 losses. But I want you to take a look at, and by the way, Danny King Garcia, 80 Emmy fights, 4 nationals, 1 silver glove, never made it to the Goldens. But I think they just saw something. He's been in the game since he was a really small child with his father. You'll see his father at the end. One thing that I noticed right away, and this is a theme for me in all of the videos of the young guys that I've been actually looking at, and you see it here a little bit. Very patient, right? In the background, you can hear this trainer saying, "Work the jab, take your time, don't get excited, like relax, go." And he doesn't look like he's nervous. He doesn't look like he needs those instructions, but I think they're just telling him that just to make sure he retains, that they know that he's there, that he knows that they're there, and that they're like sort of like just coaching him through it, because listen, your first pro fight, when you have all that pressure of, because he has, I guess, been a thing, murmurs throughout the Emmys, and that he was going to be the next big thing, sort of. A lot of, when he was like, I think like 11 or so, there were a lot of people interviewing him and things like that. So he's working his way up, and I guess it's a lot of pressure, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's easy, your first pro fight, especially a guy who was 6-28, something to that effect. But he's a grown-ass man, and he's 16 years old. At the end of the day, this guy has had way more pro fights than you, so it could be trouble. But the way he kind of just works, and let me make this a little smaller so we can kind of see a little bit more of the ring here. I'm gonna make this a little smaller so we can see. There we go. And he's just working his angles, you know what I'm saying? Like working the jab. He has pretty quick hands. It's not the fastest hands I've seen. But you'll see here, he's young. He's gonna get a little faster as he gets older, and then as he gets much older, they'll slow down again. But look at the way he puts his punches, right? He looks, and he doesn't just rush them. He tries to hook them and make them turn to where they should go, which is it's right there. See that? He knew he wanted to put it to the body, and he put it right there. Like, he didn't just throw it. He's throwing it into that. This guy's hugging for his dear life. He's like, man, I ain't going no damn way. Nice hook up. Nice right hook. Look, he's putting them together nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's punching. He knows that he's blocking, getting a lot of them blocked. But you see, like right there in the body, right? Boom. He said, okay, you're going up top. Let me go to the body. 16 years old. You can tell he studies a lot of film. You can tell he's imitating what he's seeing. But he's putting it to good use right there. Dude just went down, bro. He was like, oh shit. Like, I'm just getting nerfed out here. Mind you, again, that's a grown man, and that's a 16-year-old. So you have to put it in that perspective. Let's take a look at that rally again. Look, they stopped the fight. That's his father right there. I just hugged him. Now, should that stop the fight? I mean, it was a no-brainer anyway. Like, it was gonna go where it was gonna go. But I like the way he works his jab. Bang, bang. Goes downstairs, upstairs. Bang. Right here, he notices he's doing too much up top. Watch this. Bang. He's doing too much up top. Bang. Down to the body. Down to the body. Up top of the jab. Down to the body. Up top of the hook. Jab. Bang. Straight. Down to the body. Again, the kid is, he's thinking. He's thinking about where he wants to place all of these punches. Look. I mean, he's just doing a great work. Right. Oh, man, that punch right there. That left right there just sealed the deal, man. Like, his trainer's like, man, listen, so does ref. You ain't going out there, dog. You ain't going. You 6-28. Now you 6-29. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like the kid. He has a lot of potential. This is his father, proud as hell. His first win. You know what I'm saying? Pro debut. Got a stoppage. You know, got that chip off the shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Got that. Oh, like, okay, we got the first one, and that's very important to do. Get that first one, and to get out of this as a stoppage is monumental. I think if managed correctly and he stays on the right path, Danny might have a good one here. Danny might have an actual, look at Danny. Danny's like, yeah. All Danny sees is like money. Like, he's just in the back. He just investment Danny. That's all he sees. But man, he could genuinely care for the kid. I mean, but again, you know, it's just, I wonder if he's gonna be at Danny's farewell in Brooklyn. Be smart. I know he was on PBC the last time. The kid got a lot of exposure there. As Danny works a lot with PBC, Swift Promotions works a lot with PBC. You see right there the ring. He got his custom ring. This fight took place in Mexicali. Like I said, the kid looks good, man. I don't know. You let me know what you guys think. You know, does the kid have the goods? Does he look like he might have it? Have you seen his other 2 fights? Let me know what you think. I am kind of impressed by a 16-year-old that just whooped on a grown man. Even if that record was so underwater that, you know, you needed a mini sub to get to it, it's still a very important and very significant win. Now, going forward, I'm not going to judge him on his first 4 to 5 fights. I'm going to wait till he gets into his 6th, 7th, and 8th fight. That's where I'm going to expect the competition to get a little bit harder for him. At 16, I don't know what the rush might have been to get him into, you know, the pros. I would have liked to have seen him maybe get a couple 2 more years, like, you know, in the world of amateur boxing, right, where he could have fought some Germans, some Russians, some, you know, some more Mexicans that are just world-class level elite, and, you know, kind of get that experience a little bit. 2 more years wouldn't have hurt. He would have been 18 years old coming out. You know, I know the story sounds good, a 16-year-old, like, that sounds great, but at the end of the day, I would have liked to have seen him sort of kind of like maybe get a couple more years in the Amis, and then brought him into the pros, because right now, the more you knock out, the more pressure is going to be like, oh, he's only, you know, like, let's say if he ends up at 18 with like 30, you know, they're going to be like, man, this guy, he's tomato can city. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're going to end up putting a lot of miles on him. So I would have maybe kept him in the Amis a little bit longer, get him some more experience, then brought him down to the pros, got in the same result, because it only would have happened the same way, but probably more ferociously. But anyway, let me know in the comments below, what do you think? King David Garcia, the real deal or not? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next video, and I'm out. Peace.